on the Wave 94.5, 93.7, and on Dazzle Live at the moment on Instagram, and to all the listeners listening online and various apps, etc. Our guest today had quite the journey from her days as a model to pursuing an education in an unconventional field for women, which is IT, excelling at her accounting career, and now putting family first by supporting her husband in running their own business. She's St. Lucia's first certified information systems auditor and also a certified chartered accountant. Apart from being a mother of two, she's her husband's number one fan, therefore altering her career path to support his dream at Media Zones Productions, Inc., right, as the operation manager, where she handles the core areas of finance, administration, human resources, and the overall strategic management of all the other areas. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you Mrs. Anya Whitfield, cover feature of Dazzle issue 22. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, Rankin. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And how are you doing? How's the life at Media Zone?
It's good. It could be better. Many factors, affect performance.
Right.
The economy being one of them. Advertising changes and strategies at different organizations, but I can't complain.
Right. As you said, changes. These days. There's a balance between TV and online. How have you guys overcome that and been so successful over all those years, producing like quality shows, being able to engage, being on the ground, sponsoring various events? How you guys maintain that popularity and even being trendy over the years in TV?
Sometimes you can't. You have no control over what makes you trend. like Mike said this morning, Choice Media is trending on Facebook, online today. Not for the reasons that we would have designed, but it is tough. I can tell you everybody's expanding their marketing strategies into digital media. So, it has been a process into taking, not just having choice on TV,
right,
but also taking us into the digital media sphere. And that is why I think last year we rebranded from not just being Choice TV to being Choice Media Network, where you could find us on TV, online, on Facebook, social media outlets, on your apps. We're on the digital Playgo. We're on the Tego app out of Trinidad. So we've just had to make strategic changes in order to meet those advertising changes that you see happening.
Okay, that's great. One, as you said, trending. You trending on all those various platforms, right? But that is also due to, I will say, the quality content, right? Professionalism, and we know that you manage, as you have in your portfolio, the HR aspect of it, right? How do you manage your team, right, to produce that quality? Quality content, and also being very professional in situations that may arise?
I think it's all about the team. So when you say managing the team, it's all about the team. First of all, you understand that when you come into Media Zone Productions, who manages Choice Media Network, that we have an established brand, and we have been successful with that brand because of how professional. When Choice started, even without all the quality content that we have now, people thought it was an international channel. And even so, because of the quality, we have been able to ensure that our staff, starting from your personal brand, that you need to appear professional at all times when you go out to represent the company, and also in what you do every day. So you look at the Daily Buzz set and everybody thinks this is $1 million set.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's not about the cost, it's about how you present yourself. So all the team members know what we do is about quality. So even, for example, within the news group, in terms of quality review, there is a financial pot that everybody has to contribute to. That's they develop that. If anybody identifies errors, that would then during editing.
Right.
So the intent is all about maintaining quality standards, ensuring that what we produce is quality, and we have those in the front end, Shane, Onika, the reporters, our news editor, they are aware of that. They maintain every day to represent that. When you see us at our production assignments, our news team our production team is always branded. So all of these little things add to the overall perception and actuality of quality.
Okay, so what do you mean by contributing to a pod? Meaning that if someone makes a mistake in editing, they'd have to. What's the minimum?
I think it's $5 they have going. So you put $5 in the pot, and then at the end of I'm not sure what they do with it at the end, but because it's them. So that is just to show you that they've identified we need to maintain quality. We cannot be like the others, and we have realized that choice is held to a very different standard from the other media houses. So it's almost like there's an expectation that you may see things a certain way somewhere else, but it's almost like if we do it, let me tell you that we have done the worst. So we appreciate that being held to a higher standard, and we try to work towards it. So the team knows that we have our news group, our Media Zone family group, and I'm always on them, guys, look at what we did. We have a wrong name bar by somebody. This is not us. This is Joyce. We have 5 letters in our name, not 3, So it's tough to ensure that the quality level is as what it should be. Our resources are limited financially, human resource-wise. The things we want to do. And the things we have to do on a daily basis, but because of the team that we have, we are able to. As always, families have their issues. So, we just try to, the biggest thing is to not take it personal. This is about work. This is about a brand that you work for. This is about the fact that, the reality is you're not going to be there your entire life. So, after you leave, for whatever reason that may be, the company, the brand, it has to continue. So, it's during your time, you just need to do what you need to do to ensure that at the end of the day, your personal brand, what you want people to identify you with, and that is professionalism, your own personal development as well. So you're not just doing it for the company, you're doing it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you want to move on. Maybe you want to go work for CNN, you want to go work. So you want to ensure that when you transition into either working for yourself or working for, some global conglomerate, that you are carrying with you an inherent professionalism that wasn't pushed because you just work for that particular company, but that it is within you, that whatever you do, you will do it, with being professional at all times and just doing your best. And to me, if we all just do that, we add value wherever we go. We add value in whatever we do. So.
All right, cool. You said you guys have that international look. Have you ventured outside St. Lucia to expand the brand?
Yes, we have. There are some big plans in the work that I cannot reveal now.
Top secret.
But definitely the nation will hear more about choice and our brand being beyond the shores of St. Lucia.
Okay, cool. So tell us about, before you were the operations manager at Media Zone Network, is this?
Media Zone Productions.
Yeah, sorry.
And we manage Choice Media Network.
All right. Yeah. So before that, you studied information technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got an opportunity to work at an accounting firm. Tell us that journey from your career path
Mm-hmm.
to where you are now.
Okay. I always think that whatever situation we're placed in, it's a stepping stone for what the future holds. As long as we have a positive mindset. I remember when I applied for UE at Cave Hill doing the first year here, I was a comp-sci and accounting double major student. And then when it came to transitioning my second year out, because with that degree you could only do 1 year as opposed to the other social sciences you could do 2 years here. So when it came to my second year, I had to decide Barbados or Trinidad based on cost. And Trinidad St. Augustine campus was the most affordable one to continue to, but that meant I would have to drop my double major in comp-sci and accounting and do IT. No, I think it was comp-sci with management at the time. So my love for numbers, that's why I had the two, and also my love for IT. I did comp-sci with management, but then when it came to graduation, there was 3 credits I was missing. So I transferred back my credits to Cave Hill so that I graduated with a degree in IT. And then it so happened that, in sending out your applications when you were on your final year, so from late second semester into third semester, you're sending out applications back to St. Lucia. You have your family do that for you.
Yes.
And I did not get any response, not even from we're supposed to be we got economic cost. So that means the government kind of to a certain extent guarantees you a job. And I'm like, every disappointment is a blessing. The last place I applied for, which was PricewaterhouseCoopers, that was the place that responded. And to this day, I feel that was the place that needed to respond to me, because it brought me back, having now my degree in IT, it brought me back into accounting. And I was like, sure. So I became an auditor. I got back into the field of accounting because you now had to get qualified as a chartered accountant. So I started doing my ACCA, and during that time there was IT auditing that was being done by our Jamaica and Trinidad office. So I got the opportunity to do training with those teams, travel the region doing IT auditing work in order to develop myself and then to provide those skills locally. So I was a trained IT auditor. I became a certified information systems auditor. So I was now able to blend the two, my IT and my accounting. And that was great. I got an opportunity at ECFH to be the group's IT auditor. I took that on, and then the opportunity came now for me to make a decision on, do I continue at ECFH after the birth of my second son, or join my husband in assisting him with developing the company. And then I took the route that I think was best for my family. I have 2 boys, so that option provided me some level of flexibility. Up to this day, I know if I have to do it in terms of getting out the house, getting them to school, and being at work for 8 o'clock, I have to do it. I would do it, but then right now that option provided me with the ability to be flexible. So, and I'm like,
so it was your choice to join Media Zone Productions.
Yeah, it was my choice. The opportunity existed, and I'm like, okay.
All right. So you've been at Media Zone now. Do you use your skill set from your previous jobs to help develop the business?
I have to.
Okay.
Finance is a big component of an organization in terms of managing finance and juggling.
Right.
So Definitely, I do. Certainly not all of my skill sets, but definitely my being a chartered accountant, having my background in auditing and all of those things actually help in terms of putting controls in place, business processes, how we do things. So I would say it definitely does.
Right. So with your contribution, would you say it was very impactful?
Yes, I would say so. My biggest hurdle was the HR part. And I've gotten quite a bit of help and support with HR Wise. Corretti, she's a godsend, I swear. And I definitely say we have moved, we have grown, we've maintained momentum. We've gone through lots of changes. But at the end of the day, the intent is always in terms of developing what we have, offering more to the general public, creating quality content, and with Wayne being the mastermind behind the look of choice, and filtering that down to the rest of the team, I think we have definitely come a long way, and we still have a long way to go in terms of what we can do. Obviously, we are always limited. We're always constrained by our limited resources, but it's more or less managing what you have to be able to put out what you can.
Right. So, so how is it working with your husband? Because before, you only saw him after work. Now you see him every hour on the hour, both at work and at home, right? But how do you strike that balance to keep it professional in the organization?
It's not hard in terms of, I'm your operations manager here. I'm your wife at home. So I think after 6 years, we have come to an unplanned understanding of how it all works. And then because there's so much of us all the time at home and at work, I find outlets. So, I started CrossFit. Don't worry, Bridget, I'll be back. I started CrossFit, and I'm always finding something to do. So, like right now, I found myself baking cakes, making cakes. So, my friends, whenever I go out a lot more than Wayne. So, a lot of people see me out alone. And just because Wayne is not as outgoing as I am, so those things, those differences, the fact that I go out, I jump carnival, so doing things that, gives me time away, those things help.
So back to the HR part now. So you coming in to the organization with staff, right? Were they receptive? You being like the owner's wife, being the operations manager, leading them, and you not coming from a creative background, right? Because I know corporate and creative, they do clash. Right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So how was that experience? You coming into an environment filled with creatives, with different opinions, etc., etc.
I don't think the issue at the time when I came in existed because of creatives and I guess corporates, finance. Finance always clashes with all the departments because you try to control cost. But I think the issue, when I look back 6 years, I think the issue is approach. And I think I was naive at the time in terms of who I was coming into the organization and the kind of feedback I received at times. But I think I've grown to realize the approach makes the difference. I found a meme recently that says you cannot change an organization's culture with an email. It's about building relationships. So over time, those who are there and were there 6 years ago would definitely admit to Anya in 2013, 2014, and Anya now. I think there's just so much you can do, so much you can control. And I just try to manage those I can in terms of manage the things that I can. And I think you get more response, you get more collaboration. The biggest part for me still is holding people accountable. Obviously, we are human beings. Even our officials don't want to be held accountable, and we put them in. So, so it's still a challenge, but I think I've come a long way.
Right. So and now the business development side of things, because you did state that due to this digital age, you more or less had to expand your services, right? Or even your or how you distribute your product, which is choice. But what else does Media Zone Productions do?
Okay, Media Zone Productions, we're a full-service media communications company, so we create all the content you need, an organization needs. So you need from print to audio, video material. We are there. This is what we do. This is the core functions of our organization. And even despite moving into the digital age, you need content in order to be there. So you don't necessarily just have a page. You need engaging content. You need to engage your followers. So we produce content as it relates to that. Likewise, we are the exclusive producers of content for Choice Media Network. So all the programs that you see, the midday news, the PR Daily, Regional, the Prime News, Fellas, Solutions, PSI, all the Vibe, Daily Buzz, so Hey Unika Amen, all of those things Media Zone produces exclusively for Choice Media Network. So we're a production company, a media production company in a sense, and right now you have a lot of organizations starting to create their own content beyond just television commercials. So for example, SLASPA pod calls. So you have an organization creating their content to communicate to the region, to the nation and beyond on what it is that they do, how it is that they operate. So we are there as a production company, and obviously we have the benefit of the media outlet to broadcast, not just only to produce, but to broadcast that content.
I must commend you guys for creating that content, because a lot of media houses are unable to do that because of the staff and all the resources. So how do you guys get to do all of that? Because you mentioned so many things, right? Ranging from is very wide. The categories are very wide. So how do you manage that, and what are your challenges?
It's obviously the challenge is resources. We have a lot of team members in more than one capacity. So where you have, for example, Shane Sherry being our senior producer, copywriter, he's also the face of our Prime News. You have Miss Onika McCoy being our junior producer. She's the host and producer, co-host and producer of Daily Buzz, but she also edits content for PR Daily. She's also the producer for The Vibe. So it's a matter of using the resources that you have in the best possible way, not trying to run persons thin, because there's only so much you can and can do. And I think to a certain extent the level of commitment by most of the team members that we have, I should say all of the team members that we have, that is key into being able to produce all the content that we have. Choice Media Network has the most content on TV, and this is only, I don't want to say the start, because we've been doing this. There's just so much more to come, so much more we have in our pipeline in terms of our, when we have creative meetings and the things that we want to do, and resources just will not allow it to get off the ground. So there's a lot more to come as it relates to content, and this is the plans as in terms of engaging people, providing opportunities for our advertisers. That is always top of mind.
Okay. Well, Anya, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for telling us all about Media Zone. Very interesting.